Welcome back everyone. Let's go ahead and take a look at the iPhone XS and see how this thing holds up in 2021. Now what I can tell you is that without a doubt, in the middle of 2021, this device is still a very good iPhone. One of the bigger changes and really the main reason I'm making this video is because iOS 15 came out, and that is without a doubt the biggest change that this one has seen. Now here's the thing, everything else body-wise has stayed exactly the same. So the screen, that 5.8-inch panel still looks very beautiful. You have that, beautiful front camera for the most part, a beautiful back camera. The phone still feels extremely premium. And here's the other thing, based on just the body, this iPhone and essentially the other iPhone, like the iPhone 13s and things that are also going to be coming out, it just doesn't look like there's going to be that big of a difference in terms of a body standpoint. It still looks like those things are going to have, the screen with the notch and stuff. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. So this one still feels good, still performs very well in terms of a body standpoint. But like I mentioned, the biggest thing that's changed is the software. So this thing last year, even early on this year, had iOS 14. Now it has iOS 15. And here's the thing. I'm a fan of iOS 15. I think it, performs very well for the most part. It's going to get stable over time, but it was a pretty boring update. I think everyone kind of knows that by now. It wasn't that big update that we were expecting, and that was kind of the more sadder aspects. So going from iOS 14 to iOS 15, you're not really going to notice anything crazy. There's not going to be anything that stands out like, wow, this is the feature that we've been waiting for. It just doesn't really look like it. There were a couple of cool improvements here and there. I think Safari is a pretty big improvement, but again, it's like, it just wasn't as big as we thought. And I think that's the biggest thing to keep in mind. But the good thing is that when I installed iOS 15 on my iPhone XS, I didn't really run into any issues. Everything performs very well. There are glitches all over the place, but glitches are fine as long as we don't have to completely factory reset our phone. And that's not what happened for me. I didn't have to go factory reset my device. Everything, like I mentioned, worked out perfectly fine. And I think that's the biggest asset for this phone. When you get a phone like this, you want it to be as stable as possible. And if the beta of iOS 15 is already at this level, then I'm curious to see what the, a stable, official version is going to look like. So that's a massive thing. I think with the performance side of things as well, perfectly fine from my end. I think this phone is performing very well in iOS 15, and I think that's the biggest thing to keep in mind. Whether you're playing games, whether you're, kind of going from day-to-day tasks, the performance is great. When you take out all the glitches, the performance is still great. And although it may be a little bit slower than iOS 14 as a whole, I still think it's going to get better over time. And like I mentioned, I think that is the most important thing to keep in mind. So ultimately, the iPhone XS in the middle of 2021 is still at a very high point. I think it's still a very good phone to pick up. And even though it's going to get iOS 15, even though it's on a beta right now, do not install iOS 15 at all. I would wait until the official version comes out. That's the only thing that makes sense. There's really never a point to install a beta when you're so early on in the life cycle. You're better on, just waiting it out, getting the official version when it comes out, and then going from there. There's really no features within iOS 15 that just made the iPhone XS that much better of a device in my opinion. So that's essentially it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.